So, we kick things off with this epic prophecy, right? It's a mysterious song that our hero's parents left behind, and it hints at this figure, Benedict, who is somehow the key to stopping a world ending evil. It's the perfect hook for a legend that's gonna span entire worlds. Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into the seriously intricate world of Dragon Ranger Omega. It's a story that starts out feeling like a classic fantasy, but then it takes this incredible turn and goes on a truly mind-bending metaphysical journey. So, let's get started. All right, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the foundational legends of this world, Rugaia, then jump into the super complex dynamics of the Dragonheart family. After that, we'll watch a whole society transform before our eyes. And finally, we'll take a trip to a dreamlike academy that literally connects all of reality. Okay, first things first, let's set the scene. Every great story is built on the history of its world, and Ryogae's is really defined by two powerful and totally opposite legends. So on one hand, you've got the tragic legend, this classic, brutal story of a huge war against a Dirk dragon. But now something new is bubbling up, the hopeful legend. And this one is all about a new kind of leader, one who is looking for wisdom, not just another war. And that's our hero, Rise Dragonheart. This whole shift from tragedy to hope, that is a huge theme for this entire story. So how does all this chaos get started? Well, it all kicks off with a prophecy. The Dragon Sovereign basically declares that light is going to rule wisdom, which pits the kingdom of Novadio against Sagis. This, as you can imagine, sparks massive political turmoil, which this villain, Ericus de Deville, totally exploits. He starts spreading these poisonous rumors, and his scheming all leads to the assassination of the king and queen. And it's out of that absolute tragedy that years later, our hero Rayze finally steps onto the stage. He's guided in his dreams by the Dragon Sovereign Alpha, and he's the one who's destined to pick up all the broken pieces and put this fractured world back together again. But here's the thing. Rise isn't the only hero in this story, not by a long shot. So let's hop over to the other side of the Dragonheart family, because this is where the character dynamics get really, really interesting. So while Rayze is kind of the public face of this new legend, working within the rules of the Dragon Rangers Guild, his sister, Rhea, has been on a totally different path. She's been working from the shadows, and her methods are, well, they're a lot more direct. And this is where we get into the really cool cosmic stuff. See, Rhea is bonded with Alpha, who's in charge of material light. Think of it like the actual physical light from the sun. He's all about balance. Rhea, though, she's bonded with Omega, the sovereign of immaterial light, which is the light of pure ideas, like knowledge and wisdom. And that gives her this incredibly direct, unfiltered kind of power. And this one scene just shows the difference between them perfectly. While Rhys is learning and growing with his friends, Rhea just acts like a force of nature. She finds an enemy fortress all by herself, takes out every single guard with overwhelming power, and frees a bunch of captured rangers. She has absolutely zero hesitation about using her powers to their fullest extent. So, with the rangers freed, the world of Ryogalia is standing on the edge of a massive, totally unprecedented change. The story just hits the accelerator. The Dragon Lord has this huge realization. Dragons aren't just bonding with guild members anymore. No, they're choosing people from all walks of life all over the world. So he kicks off this massive effort. Find these new rangers, bring them into the fold, and expand the guild like never before. Now, here is the really crucial part. This isn't just about building an army. A lot of these new rangers have non-combat powers, what the story calls improvised dragon abilities. They can make crops grow faster, pull minerals right out of the earth, use super strength for building things. It shows that fighting Armageddon isn't just about defeating some big evil, it's about actively building a better, more hopeful world. And when I say the growth is explosive, I am not kidding. In just 5 months, the main guild goes from a small little outpost to a massive, thriving city. New guilds, all linked up to this central hub, are popping up all over Rugiaya. The entire society is literally being rebuilt at an incredible speed. Okay, but while Ryogaea is being physically transformed, an even deeper change is happening in another realm entirely, a place that connects everything. Rayze starts having these incredibly vivid dreams. He's being pulled into this place called the Academy of the Old Living Everlasting Entity. He's being summoned, but why? And what in the world is this place, which is actually known as Benedict's Ark? So Benedict's Ark is, and this is wild, Essentially a metaphysical hub, a grand central station at the center of the universe. It's a place where people from countless different realities can just walk through a gate in their own world and meet, learn from, and interact with each other. And a place like this has rules, of course, and they're fascinating. Language, not a barrier. Everyone there is either a student or a teacher, and they learn by forming friendships and sharing experiences. But here's the most important rule, the real game changer. Whatever you learn, whatever influence you gain on the Ark, you take it back home with you. So, as you can guess, Race isn't just there to visit. Nope, he's been given a very specific mission inside this strange and wonderful new academy. The academy director, this mysterious man with silver hair, he tasks Rays with setting up a class. But we're not talking about lectures or homework here. It's about finding specific people from other worlds and building a social group, a place where they can all belong and learn from one another. And the director gives him a very specific checklist, like a cosmic scavenger hunt. He has to find 5 unique individuals. A boy who can literally turn into lightning, a girl with a strange kind of amnesia, a master strategist, a princess who commands a crystal dragon, and a famous heroine. Each one feels like a key piece to a much, much bigger puzzle. This quote from the director, this is everything. This is the absolute key to this whole idea. The people Race meets on the Ark can't just travel to his world, but they can influence him. Their knowledge, their perspective, their strengths, he soaks all of that up and carries it back to his reality. It's indirect influence on a cosmic scale. The lessons he learns in a dream can literally forge the hero he needs to be in the waking world. So that leaves us with this incredible thought. Rays has to learn from others in a dream world to save his own world. And it really makes you wonder, right? If your dreams had that same power, if they could actually shape your reality, what lessons would you need to learn, and who would you need to learn them from?